Good afternoon, friends, and welcome back to Spoonful. My name is Lauren, and today I'm sitting outside underneath the sun enjoying the blazing hot weather that we are finally getting. It's like we went from a very cool spring to the middle of July. We have 90-degree weather on the horizon, and I'm just going to enjoy it while it lasts. I wanted to chat with you guys about one of the best parts about homeschooling is child-led interests and how your home is part of their child-led interests. The best part about homeschooling is that children get the opportunity to always have their interests put in the forefront. What I mean by that is that they are interested in a particular animal or activity or learning a skill. They have hours on hand that the average student does not have to pursue that interest. And what that does is allow for children to grow um, in ways that is immeasurable. Matter of fact, my own parents have said the amount of knowledge that my son has on particular topics always astounds them. And one of the reasons why is because he is given the opportunity to constantly learn because school is done within 4 hours worth of time. He gets all the language arts, all the mathematics, the science, the social studies, and even art. Yeah, that was what I was thinking of, and even art, which is one of his main subjects. My son had learned to ride a bicycle without pedals around the age of 3 or so on a balance bike. And then when he turned 5, he got a bike that came with training wheels, but he instantly took them off and soared. That ability to ride the bike without the training wheels was like a summer task for him for that summer. Every time I turned around, he was riding that bicycle up and down my parents' yard, up and down the street, really learning how to balance and turn and swerve and everything. And so while we did not go and get books on bikes and try to study the history of bikes, I mean, after all, he was only 5 years old, mastering his bike. We did give him the space and time to really dive into learning how to ride by himself, giving him parks to go to, even little kiddie ramps to ride down. It like really made my heart shine as much as I would love to help. He wanted to do it on his own, and that should make any parent proud. So after my son expresses what he's interested in, I carve out time for him to learn about that interest. Then I see if this is something that I need to have my hand in. Like the bike example, I didn't really need to do anything but just give him a place and space to ride. But most recent kind of interest, I need to take him to the library and I need to expose him into things. I ask my son every spring, what is it that he's interested in learning about during the summer months? Because we stop a large portion of our curriculum to enjoy summer. He constantly still has to read. Matter of fact, we enter him into reading challenges at the library to earn prizes. We constantly keep up with math, whether we're doing review from the previous year, introducing a little new topic to work on. And then we also find something that will encourage the whole entire family to do and learn together. And this year, the choice has been, drumroll, horses. My son learned a lot about the use of a horse by Native Americans in the early part of U.S. history this year with the My Father's World curriculum. Matter of fact, he was constantly asking me, what this horse? What is that horse? And I knew a few horse names, types, varieties. So I decided to hold back some of that information to see if he will research it himself. And he began to. But we got busy with other topics. And so that information kind of paused. But right now, for the sun is shifting. Right now, for summer 2026, we're picking it back up. And this is where family learning comes into play. How our family interests and my son's interests get to collide and grow him as a person. I see you. He's climbing a new tree now. Oh, so, for example, horses, we're going to learn the fun, easy stuff. All the facts about horses, the variety, the anatomy, the uses of horses. We're also going to try our best to get some horse riding lessons in. There is a wasp. I'll be right back. Back to the topic at hand. The benefit of learning about horses is that together we're going to go and try to ride horses. So that will be a family activity that we can do together, and we'll make a whole day out of it, whether we're going to eat lunch or picnic at the place, you name it. We're going to try our best to see if we can get a private instruction, maybe a small group instruction on the care of horses or how horses are boarded. If I could learn or get my son to learn something about racing, that would be great. I grew up riding horses at summer camp, so it is part of my history and my experience, and I think it is a wonderful topic to tackle in the summertime. So, where my part comes in when we are tackling the subject for my son that he has interest about is number one, how does that line up with other curriculum? Sometimes I just need to like jump forward in a chapter, look at some resources in the back of books that we already have. The second piece I bring in is activities, like I mentioned before, where we can find somewhere to go and pet horses, ride horses. I already have two on the docket. And then the third thing I do is I find little worksheets. I find workshops, especially at the library because they tend to have some for free. And then I also look in the community center. I try to find ways that my son could get immersed in that topic in a very fun way. After all, it is summer, so we want it to be more fun with a little sprinkle of information to expand his knowledge. Another great thing that I put into place is it is so hot here in the summertime, and I want to make sure that my son gets the ability to come on inside and chill out when it's super hot. And one way I do that is activities such as puzzles and games. So I'm on the lookout for a kind of difficult, maybe 1,000 piece or 750 piece puzzle, even a 500 if we had to, that is related to horses. Later on in the school year, my son will be studying the westward expansion. So, as my son learns about the westward expansion, he'll get to see why we went from our feet and horses to the carriage to eventually the train, and to have some knowledge of the use of horses. It will make it all make sense and click. So that is why I follow his interests, but then do sort of the teacher adult thing and sprinkle in some great formative ah some great informative information. Oh goodness. So as I finish putting the final touches on his summer learning, we will be no, I will be wrapping up this school year in May, and then I will share with you some of our plans for the horse unit study this summer and how we're going to turn our family interests of like camping and being outdoors into his extended learning of interest. And you will see that it doesn't take that much work, that not that much interest. You are just diving into your community, diving into books you have at home or at the library, finding activities, all to one particular topic that your child loves. And guess what? That topic changes all the time. I mean, every 3, 4 months, I'm guaranteed that my son is going to find something new to get into. But for their world as a child, that something new is literally new to them. They're young, they haven't learned about the world. And so every little thing that is different is so brand new for them, and the information can be presented in a boring manner or it could be presented in a fun manner. And if you gave your child the room, they will learn so much more and dive so deep. So stay tuned as I finish putting that together for my son. And that way we'll enjoy the next 4 months with light learning in the garden, working with our farmers underneath the beautiful sun. So if you have any questions, drop them below. What are you guys doing to incorporate learning for your child the summer months, and how your family interests and maybe seasonal interests is feeding into what your children are interested in? We are always looking for new topics, so please drop something below. So I hope you guys are getting out there and adding this. This is not exclusive to homeschoolers. School children can do this in the evening in the summertime, but it's just a bonus with us homeschoolers because we get to wrap it in and learn so many subjects in this one interest. So until next time, guys, I hope you're constantly out in that garden and with your family and trying something new. Until next time, bye. There was a wasp. I had to move spots. Okay. I am not down with getting stung by a wasp. At least not this early in the spring summer season. Ugh. Did y'all see that bumblebee? I'm about to go inside and film. The wasp is still there. Yeah, I see the wasp. I think a nest is in this bush. Yeah!